Greetings, dear suckers. My name's Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And welcome back to Disco Elysium. We finished with our investigations of the curse for now. So, let's go and actually deal with these guys over here. You know, deal with our main investigation for once. Alright, what's this? It's a bowl. There's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. Okay. Ooh, money. Hope you don't mind. Photos of men in overalls, toting guns and Union placards. You see hawthorn bushes outside. Oh hey, it's you, the lady from outside. You were helpful.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Well, you're a bit less friendly today.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
She's willing to sacrifice her love. Okay, first I should remove this, I suppose. I don't want to have -2 authority when I'm talking to these bozos. That's why I didn't get those thoughts earlier. Although, in retrospect, I probably would have been finished with this one at the very least, by this point. Yeah, instead, let's pull out the old pry bar. Just in case things get touchy. Aside from that, yeah, everything looks good. Alright. Just when I thought I met someone who was even slightly friendly and helpful around here. Bloody hell. You lied to me. You're not a gardener.
That's right. I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union.
Ah, yes. Lizzie Buford, I imagine.
So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardie? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
She points to the man on her right. The what? You're facing directly away from them. There's no... The man on your right is Kim! Why are you pointing at Kim? That's rude.
That's Titus.
No, it isn't.
Talk
It's
to
Kim.
him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
Oh, does it now? Yes, I imagine any criminal organization would love to say that. Well, the RCM does not recognize your authority to make demands of it. I will do what I will, and you will suffer what's coming to you.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
Damn straight, Kim. Up high.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
And what it says is something along the lines of...
Could this be the Miss Buford that Easy Leo mentioned?
Quite.
The one Mr. Everard sent to law school?
Are you Lizzie Elizabeth Miss Buford?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardie.
She points to the tall man by the table. First of all, you don't know shit about why I'm here. Second of all, in my experience, wasting time on trivial pleasantries has gone very well for me thus far.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands, in her face.
Interesting. Also, herself should be one word.
You caught her off guard. Push her some more.
Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. That's what I love to do. Catch women off guard and push them. Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk. A lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
Don't tell me what I am here for.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that.
Damn straight, authority.
A man like Easy Leo could have said anything. Do not be restrained, sire.
Let's see. He said Mr. Everard sent you to law school. He said you were in debt to Mr. Clare. He said you're the union fixer. You fix things. He said you're Mr. Everard's death machine. I don't know what that one means, but... Oh, I mean, I know what it means, literally. You know, soft and sweet, but... Maybe... He said you were in debt to Mr. Clare.
I represent the Union and these men here. Don't make this personal.
I don't need to make anything personal. I will leave that to you.
A very minor victory.
Oh, we take these. What if I want to talk to you, not Titus? If you catch my drift.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one.
I saw what you were thinking. You want to say, what are you going to do to me? Don't. Just because it's in your head doesn't mean you have to say it.
Well, now I want to do it.
You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it.
Okay. I trust you, Volition, at least. Why are you so aggressive?
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Oh, yes. I'm such a bad person for being a police officer. Meanwhile, your poor, sweet, innocent, militant arm of a criminal organization are so peaceful. So sweet, so soft.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers. We've talked to Eva Claire. We know who these men are. The Union's militant wing.
Indeed.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
So you prefer 2 fat men in Martinez stealing it all, then? Bodyguarded by a pack of jumped-up thugs. With not even a scrap of actual fucking police training, nor even a single brain cell dedicated to the incredibly complex topics of legal philosophy. Oh, but it's all fine, because you protect the little guy, while you squeeze his life out. You are a coward and a hypocrite, Buford. Just like the rest of your wretched mob.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Let's see. The privatization is not unlawful, it's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals. Okay then. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. I like that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the Union's plans? That's a bit overly blatant as far as probing goes. You couldn't get much more blatant without shoving it up their arse. Let's see, the world needs a financial buffer zone. No need to get emotional. That's not a bad idea. I know, because, telling someone, not to get emotional or to calm down or what have you is a great way to get them to lose their cool. Even if they were pretty calm already. It works even better in situations like this, where they were actually getting pretty emotional. Not to mention hypocritical. Yeah, let's go with that.
No one is emotional here. Do your job. Ask your questions, then leave.
Not much of a reaction, but that doesn't mean it wasn't effective. I should talk to Titus then. Okay. Let's talk to this fucking bozo over here.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective.
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. A dangerous pastime.
Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you. Maybe against his better judgment, but he does.
Glad to hear it. Don't say anything yet. It worked with Claire.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
Ha! The chatter is too inane to reach your ears. Raise your chin and gaze into the distance like a prince.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
Only on life.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We are looking for Titus Hardie.
The lieutenant turns to the broad-shouldered man at the end of the table. First, we need to talk about your attitude. Sure, why not?
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
And don't you fucking forget it.
Real big dick cops. Look at them. Reckless. Swinging in the wind.
Damn straight.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do.
How about you don't spend all your time staring at my cock? How about that?
Must be something in the water in Jamrock.
Yeah, gave him real nice big dicks.
Yeah. Anyways.
He wraps it up.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
These guys are so macho, they're ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them. Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match. Starting from the right, boot size 44, blonde man, in his 30s, overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right, standard working boots, size 45 or 46, eldest in the room, probably mid-50s, smoker, quiet. Across at the other table, hobnailed working boots, size 43, gang tattoos, Mesk or Sarah Mauritian, in his late 30s, early 40s. He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock quarter. There were incarcerations, hard to say what else. The ink is fading. And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick, wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips, rugby cap, fingerless gloves, and numerous scars, a little under 40. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club, A little patch below it reads, T. Hardie, Captain.
Captain of the rowing club, huh? Should I call you Captain Titus then?
In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
A plectrum, huh? By the way, that's like, you know, the guitar picks, that sort of thing? That's what a plectrum is. Interesting. Where?
On his neck. Forget it. It's not important.
Whatever.
Let's call this one the musician.
And the little guy?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
Alright.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size 46, deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220.
Okay. Not surprised that Claire wasn't involved at all. So that's our fat man then. God damn. Fucking. Goddamn, visual calculus is something else. Being able to nail all of this shit just from glancing around the room. That is some sweet fucking. Well.
In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
Actors, eh? Yeah, that's one word for it. One of them is missing. The odd soul.
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardie?
The fuck is with you, fella?
Titus is staring at you with his head tilted. I found 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where is the 8th Hardie boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardie boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
He sizes you up.
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardie boy? We ain't hiring.
He shakes his head.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She, huh?
This person Glenn wants to hire. He really respects her.
Indeed.
She? So there's an 8th Hardie, and it's a Hardie girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Mayhap.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
Thank you, Glenn. That was very helpful.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardie boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardie boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. End.
He points at the lieutenant.
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
I think you'll find that the RCM does not acknowledge threats.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
Lieutenant adjusts his spectacles.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardie sooner or later.
Quite so. The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real looker, that one. Stinks like shit, too.
They love him, boss. Spend all day digging around in there. Can't get enough of that pretty boy smell.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
I have spoken to the dead man in a bizarre occult vision. I don't think that's what he meant by a serious matter. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go for it.
That is fucking bizarre. A magic man. A goddamn magician.
He shakes his head. Huh. He doesn't sound quite as dismissive of it as I expected. There might be something here.
The lieutenant waits for your reply, patiently. His foot taps only a little. He said they killed him. These uninitiated do not understand the fineries of runic science.
Just keep it simple, huh? I don't think I'm capable of doing that. He said communism killed him. I doubt he's gonna take that seriously. He's probably gonna say like, oh yeah, well, what are you waiting for? Go arrest communism. What about this? He said love did him in.
Well, well, fortune teller. You might be onto something. They don't just end up in trees for nothing.
He squints at you, assessing your sincerity. Wow. I think I might be onto something here.
There was a speck of truth in there for him. You accidentally touched something.
Hot damn.
We had something else, besides the occult vision.
He turns to you.
We had to have something. His foot tapping has become less patient now.
Why are your boot prints all over the scene?
You mean these boots?
He raises his worker boot. Size 46. Steel reinforced toe.
We all got a pair. We wore them the night we took the pretty boy out back and hung him by the neck.
I mean, that's all of that is technically true, probably.
Yeah, we did this. Together. All of us. Until he was dead. That's why our prints are all over the scene.
Now that part is where you lose me. Aha, so you just confessed to murder? That's it, the game's over, we got the perpetrator. I don't even know why I'm going along with this dog and pony show. I know that they didn't do it. But alright.
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Okay then.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Is it now? So we can't just arrest all 7 of them? Or perhaps all 8 of them, rather? Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardie boy without arresting all Hardie boys.
Don't you fucking tell me what I can and can't do.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Yeah, no shit. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
He sounds more amused than angry. Well, I know the answer he wants me to give. Alright. But do I know what answer he doesn't want me to give? It's the 8th Hardie boy. The one who's missing. The big dick.
Titus, no one was thinking.
A moment of silence. The long-haired one breaks it.
That there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would have ended it. Titus won't let him.
No. 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 Fuck no! The big dick is right here, asshole. You're looking at it. Right. Fucking here.
He grabs his crotch. Ooh. Now we're starting to see the cracks forming.
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all.
Well, Thank you, Titus, Glenn, Elizabeth. That was very revealing. When did this hanging incident occur, then?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
The fixer turns to remind Titus.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Right. How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Shut the fuck up, Glenn.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Thugs. That's who.
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines Cow, you mean Joyce Messier? The representative for White Pines? The same company you are striking against?
The lieutenant pretends to check his notes.
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
Oh, I'm gonna be asking her hard enough, alright, if you catch my drift.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Okay then, I won't waste any more time then. How does the bullet in his head factor into this?
Huh?
A sip of beer makes a surprise go down easier.
There was a bullet in the dead man's brain. Why was it there if you hanged him?
Why indeed?
How the fuck do I know? Anyone could have shot him. Target practice, maybe.
Interesting, sire. It's as if he's lying to protect someone. He's not very good at it.
Quite so. Yeah, he's tight-lipped suddenly.
This line of questioning is over. You got the cause of death already? Hanging. If there's any post-mortem trauma, it's your problem. This will not turn into a cross-examination.
And who said anything about post-mortem? Okay then. How did you kill him? Then.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Is it? Is it really?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service.
The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that?
Yeah.
We...
He can't,
Look.
can he?
I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, Capo. I'll say it again. We killed him.
He looks even more irritated than before. Good, good.
Yeah, I knocked him out. Came up behind him and clubbed him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand.
Oh, really? Did you? Oh, thanks for coming forward with that information. That perfectly explains the complete lack of pre-mortem blunt force trauma to the head. Thank you very much, Elaine. You're a big help.
That's right, lawman. And then we hanged the fuck.
I'll bet.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Mr. Tats, what did you use to knock the victim out?
My fucking elbow, Copper. Samaran boxing style.
Looks you straight in the eye.
He may be lying, but he's good at it. No twitching, no rushing, no uncalled for details.
Where did all this action take place?
Right fucking here. The fucker started coming to our bar, asking for it.
Things aren't quite right here, are they?
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others.
But, indeed. First, tell me who's solid.
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there.
Did you just say figgity?
Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
Alright. Now who's cracking under the pressure? Okay, I guess you're not gonna say anything. This one. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They've smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Hey you! Turn to the big guy. You having trouble breathing over there?
No.
He looks up, startled, his forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen cap.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
The man next to the big guy bursts out laughing. I'm not certain that's how respiration works, Shanky.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
I'll bet. Then why is he having such trouble breathing, I wonder?
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
Quite. There's something you're not telling me. No shit.
And fuck you, too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this.
Hey, I wasn't the one that called him
We're
fat.
done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
Well, then maybe you should be worried about him right now. If this isn't normal.
His all-muscle comment wasn't sarcastic. He's genuinely trying to look out for Angus.
Fair enough.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Alright, I have other questions about the lynching.
Like what, Copper?
Alright then. The million-dollar question. What bullshit reason are you gonna give me for why you supposedly killed him, then?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary? That's it?
And he stepped out of line.
He repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice.
What kind of mercenary?
What kind of line?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Cohoy and Seminine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
The kind that shows up when you start a strike, is that right? Now that's a bit of bullshit, isn't it? You just claimed that he came in with Joyce around the same time she came in, and yet you had already been striking for months already. Funny that.
A live grenade, right here in our bar.
This one has a special gripe with him coming here.
Interesting.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on, how do you even know he was in Special Forces?
'Cause one night, he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm Oranese goddamn Special Forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Did he now? That seems entirely believable.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Really?
Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some Oranese paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
Doubling down on it, huh? Okay, I thought you were just being flippant.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Huh.
Sire, the tale is true.
Okay then. Alright, if you say so, drama.
This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
Quite so, conceptualization. Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Is that right? Well, that's very easy to say.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation?
Good point, actually.
He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
Interesting.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. And that was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information. Good luck, Kim.
Yeah, this girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
He shakes his head in disbelief. Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? Raped, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something odd here.
No shit. Drama.
Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Right. But who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in.
I'm going to ask for one last time. Who did the dead man rape?
Titus, do not answer. You have been forthcoming enough.
Fuck off, Carl. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too. She doesn't need more embarrassment.
What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to...
What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. I've had enough of explaining myself to you fucks. He's dead. It's done.
As you can see, these men can only take so much baseless scrutiny.
Baseless?
I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but...
What follows is a slow headshake. Fuck off. Doing your best to keep the situation civil. Fuck off with that disingenuous bullshit.
It's true. She was the only thing holding him back.
So, what are we going to do now, then?
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
Are you telling me to go back where I came from? Racist.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
Quite. The lieutenant closes his notebook.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Says the thug working for a mob boss that bleeds this place dry.
Rent-a-cop. So that's what this is about. He doesn't see you as his equals.
Authority godly 16. Establish authority. Huh. You still haven't explained the bullet I found in the hangman's head.
You still on about that bullet? A bullet in a hangman's head. You're right, Copper. That is mighty curious.
Indeed, mighty. How did it get there?
The lieutenant is fixed on Titus.
Well, there are so many bullets in the world, and so many heads. I guess it's only logical. At some point, one of them bullets had to end up in one of them heads.
You're not gonna get out of this with philosophy, Titus. Not this ossified nonsense.
It's bound to happen again, you know? Just statistically speaking, of course.
Sire, it would be an event most dramatic if you were to produce the bullet and dangle it before their very eyes.
Sure, why not? I'm gonna ask you again. Why was this, show them the bullet, in the victim's head?
Wow! He's got it in a real evidence bag and all!
Why don't you go home and log it into evidence? These men have told you what happened.
Huh. I think the hanging was a cover-up for the shooting.
You know what I think? I think he was shot in the head as a kid, and his brain grew around the bullet.
Sure, that sounds entirely plausible.
Around the bullet, man. That's a good one.
All the goofing around is to avoid lying. It's a technique. They're only pretending to enjoy this. Beneath the act, they don't like you knowing this.
Indeed. Well, I feel their pain. And I like it. Did you guys shoot him?
Shit! I probably did shoot him. I was drunk last night. You guys know me when I'm drunk.
Yeah, Glenn likes to shoot his guns when he's drunk. Better hope he stays sober.
No, he meant before he was hanged. Did you shoot him before you hanged him?
Before? After? During? This is getting ridiculous. They told you what happened. Stop wasting your time.
Now that is a particularly flaccid deflection, Elizabeth. You're losing your touch. Don't worry. We will figure this out sooner or later.
Never been worried in my life, lawman.
He crosses his area arms, having forgotten his beer for a moment.
It's not like he blew it wide open, but there's a little crack in there, somewhere.
Indeed. Me and Everard talked. He promised you'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You gonna go and tell on us?
Why don't you push me some more and find out, Gimp?
You gonna let him talk to me like that, Titus?
He turns his eyes, full of hurt, to the big man.
Let's see. Yeah, I guess I am, you big pussy. The old man sent word you'd be around again. That's the reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
I'll wear you out, motherfucker.
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
Alright, that's better. Quite a bit better. I'm gonna take off. Hang on. Let's think about this. Don't have anything that would increase authority, obviously, or I would have put it on. Yeah. Huh? I put a point into it. I kind of want to save it for these two dots, which seem important. Jeez, I'm almost completely out of dot spaces. Inexplicable feminist agenda. Fuck it, let's go for it.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Titus does not look particularly happy to see you.
As you look around this
Okay.
room full of sweaty men, swearing, drinking, spitting out tobacco, does this look familiar?
Where have I seen this before? Wow, I fucking breezed through that one.
You believe the place was called Precinct 41. It was also filled with, almost exclusively, men, sitting on desks, talking shit and wasting time.
Men. Ugh. To rhyme with scum.
You seen Apricot, old Purdue's daughter? Asked Lieutenant McCoy. Replies Torson. The ass on that one. McCoy shakes his head in appreciation. A bit strange the old man named her Apricot, but, I mean, who am I to judge? Wanna hit the kebab joint?
I get it, Titus. You guys really are the authority around here.
Huh?
You must be. You're just like real cops, drinking beer and sitting around with your dicks in your hand.
You got a problem with beer now?
Yes, actually, but
Not quite there yet. Push on.
I have a beer problem, but not a problem with beer. I also have no idea how to do my job. Like you.
Speak for yourself, buddy. I've been running this outfit for 10 years now. You should have seen Martinez before it started. It was like jam rock now.
You mean before we started? It wouldn't make sense to talk to me about Martinez before Martinez started. That would make... whatever. I guess you can't talk properly either.
They didn't see shit, man. Kids getting shot. We had 3 shootings a week. Fucking graffito everywhere. You cops haven't shown up since the 30s.
Congratulations on the graffiti removal. All I see is you sitting around talking about Monica's titties while there's a rape victim.
So what? What do you want from me? We took care of that fuck.
Don't let him drink that. One more push. Quick.
Literally.
Just don't antagonize him. You have this already.
It's not about who did it, it's about the victim. She needs help. You know, assuming there is even a victim at all, and that wasn't just yet another bullshit excuse you pulled out of your ass to justify why you totally actually did kill the guy, and immediately regretted running your stupid fucking mouth. Because you realized immediately after that that's way too ear-catching of an accusation that we'd definitely follow up on. But of course, you would never do such a thing, right?
Titus?
He looks at her.
She stops mid-sentence. That's it. You got him. He's going to give it up, but on his terms.
You wanna help her, cop? Fine. I'm gonna let you help her, but you treat her with respect. If you don't, if you question her, harass her, a freight train of pain, buddy.
I don't need lectures about how to treat women with respect from a jumped-up thug.
What is her name?
The lieutenant takes out his notes.
Glacia, I'm on due. She's staying here at the Whirling in Rags, a real pretty one. Silvery jumpsuit, blonde. That's Amonju, with an O-U.
What was her relationship with the mercenary?
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
Interesting response. Then what is your relationship with her?
I know her.
He looks around and an uncommon silence fills the room.
How well do you know her?
And is that in the biblical sense?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means.
Indeed.
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months.
So she's not from around here.
You mean Revachol? Nah, she's an immigrant. Or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
Is that right, Angus?
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it.
You said you partied. What did you mean?
What do you think I meant?
Sex? Drugs? Karaoke? Sex, drugs, and karaoke?
Yes, and no. Got something to say about it?
So you're saying the two of you were close. Not close enough for karaoke, apparently, but oh well.
No, we just fucked. That's all.
And did drugs.
I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
You are really preoccupied with my dick, aren't you, Titus?
He really went out of his way to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're gonna get for now. He's doing a good job here. A commendable performance of I don't give a shit.
Now, when did the rape happen?
He did it before we killed him. He's not gonna do it again.
Very helpful.
So what does it matter?
Oh yeah, that's definitely the sort of attitude a real police officer has. Bang up job there, man.
It would help if we establish a timeline.
All right. 2 weeks, maybe? I don't know. I need another beer.
He turns to Glenn.
Here you go, boss.
The tall blonde throws him a can. Titus cracks it open. Thank you. We'll talk to her.
Remember what I said. Freight train of pain.
He points his beer can at you. I'm shivering in my boots. Or my awful shoes. Okay then. Got anything more to say?
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the Hardie girl?
I am not.
She says dryly.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Okay. Simp.
Even a mod?
Uh-huh.
Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
Get a grip, Glenn. She went to law school.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn, they aren't.
Wow. How bigoted of you, Elizabeth. Her tone is cold and uninvolved.
This didn't change her opinion of you.
Naturally.
It's not her. She's not a Hardie girl. Definitely.
Interesting. Okay. Let's take my pants off again. Okay, that was a mildly illuminating talk, despite their best efforts. Oh, hang on. What's this?
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers. There's a little slide panel up there to let some air in. No need to open it in spring. It's still too cold outside. Nothing. Just black tangles like the hair of an old woman. Motionless. The wind in the yard doesn't reach the hawthorn, nor does the light come in from this window.
Okay then. Well, this wasn't a complete dead end as I expected. But still, there was a lot of talking to get very little information. I guess next time we'll go up and talk to the person who they claim was raped by the guy who they claim was a mercenary. So, until then, I have been Joe Bob, and I'm very peeved. And remember, dislike the video, unsubscribe if you're for some reason unsubscribed, and leave a nasty comment in the comment section down below. Fuck you all so much for watching, and so long, suckers.
You're gonna be okay, kid.